Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and joining me today is Lothario lawyer Derek Kaufman.
That name is going to...
Saw you, I was like, that man bangs.
That man's got it.
He's got it,
Then
man.
I open my mouth.
Yeah. You're a lady killer, bro.
Thanks.
I would have loved to roll around town with you back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to say town. I didn't know where you wanted to
Roll
roll.
around the bed? Jeez Louise, different podcast. All right, got some good ones today. We'll talk about Cardi B and Madonna doing a performance together. I didn't expect that.
Passing the torch, man.
Is that it?
It seemed like it to me.
Andrew Tate is detained again in Romania on C4.
One of your best, yeah.
Okay, thank you. But to begin with, my favourite story of the year. He's out on his royal duties amid this whole Kate photo editing, scandal. He was at an event in London, which is kind of like an environmentalist event. There's like different exhibitions you can do. Kate was actually seen in the car with him on the way to the event, but she turned her head away.
Right. Analyst event.
I guess she just waited in the car for him to finish speaking.
So you're a member of the Commonwealth. What do you make of this at this point? Because the photo scandal where the photo they admitted was photoshopped in some way to altered because people were noticing all of these discrepancies and blurring and so forth. And we see these shadowy pictures of her in glasses in cars, but not standing and waving, certainly not talking or anything. You're a member of the Commonwealth, right?
Yes, I am.
You're an Australian citizen. What does this mean? Is there a lot of concern, or does this make you seem like there's less concern? He's out and about just doing his thing. He's not taking a leave of absence, so she's just recovering as normal and things will be fine.
Nothing is normal here. Nothing is normal. The last time she was pictured for real was before Christmas last year.
Yeah.
Since
It's been a minute.
Since then, we've got a couple sort of blurry from a great distance photos where she doesn't even look that much like the before Christmas version of Kate.
She's like Weekend at Bernie's, man. Always in the shades, kind of like when Melania doubles were around in this country and we were wondering, hey, is Melania okay? She's always in shades and looks a little bit different. This feels like that.
Now, I don't fancy myself as like a conspiracy theorist that, these other photos we've got since are like body doubles. Or I don't think so, but it could be easily cleared up. Easily. She doesn't even have to like go out on a podium in front of people. She could just do an Instagram sort of video, and I'm sure we'd pick that apart too.
Sure, people would say it's a deep fake, AI is very strong.
But it'd help.
It would do something.
It would do something. But the fact that they're being so secret and these little things keep happening, and then this photo scandal it blew up in their faces so big. This is the time to come forward and say,
the photo scandal is bizarre. Obviously, it was Mother's Day in the UK, which is a big holiday. Everyone at the Oscars was mentioning it. So she is the, princess, going to be sort of the wife of the eventual king. So she had to do something.
Queen.
But,
I think
sorry,
the queen.
She'll be the wife of the king.
The wife of the king is usually called the queen.
That's right. She'll be the queen. Photo this year, they release a photo every year, but they bollocksed it. I mean, just to release that photoshopped image made things so much worse for the royal family. And it's so shrouded in doubt now that Kate, unlike Meghan Markle, is usually the doting by her husband's side at all these environmentalist events, doing the duties of a royal. I'm concerned. I do think she needs to come out and wave. They got to come out of the palace and say something. And if she can't, my only conclusion is that something's gravely wrong. Like her recovery is taking longer than necessary. Look, I do believe it's her in the car. I don't think it's a body double, but she's not walking. We haven't seen her like ambulate. And a lot of the speculation is that there's an abdominal surgery. Is she like laid up? Can she not move? We need to know whether our queen to be, your queen to be, not my queen.
Yes.
We threw the yoke off in the 17th.
I wish we did
not
too,
sure
honestly.
If you heard about that.
I wish we did too.
But I think there's a lot of concern. And with King Charles very sick, this is very important. To the extent you think the monarchy is important at all, King Charles is an old man. He's battling cancer himself. She could be sitting on the throne soon.
Right, absolutely. And he's like confessed to cancer. So, and she won't confess to whatever she's got. So either it's worse or probably, I think, more embarrassing. There's something kind of embarrassing or shameful that means she doesn't want to share it. And I don't know what that means it is.
You're right, because King Charles has cancer and he's announced it and he is battling it bravely and the whole thing, treating it. What could be worse than that she doesn't want to reveal the nature of her illness? I mean, the public wants to know. They adore her. It's not as if...
Loving this.
This is what they hate about the Royals. They're like, you guys mess everything up.
And
with
it's
all
like,
your secrecy. Yeah.
it's like, see, this is what we were talking about, guys.
Yeah.
The secrecy, the deceit. You know, that's why we left. And you guys called us the bad guys and those guys the heroes.
Right.
Well, look at you now. You guys have egg in your face. We're the legends over here. I mean,
I don't think they're happy that their, Meghan's sister-in-law is
and
ill
the dad.
and messes things up.
Right.
This is why they're not a modern institution, why we had to get out because we're modern people who live in Montecito and make movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A TikTok has actually gone through the same outfits at an event in November.
Oh, good.
They're slightly altered, like it's a blue it's a blue jumper instead of a white jumper, but that could be,
the kids wearing the same outfits all at the same time in another event because kids rewear outfits
with same bracelets, same. It's a TikTok theory right now, but there's just.
They got it suspicious. To say the least.
That's why TikTok and other conspiracy theorists places are going to go crazy until they just clear it up and say, "My bad, I'm sick." I'll be fine, hopefully, but, we need to put
even roll down the car window at this point. If you don't want to get out of the car, just say, thank you for your concern.
Yes.
That would do tons.
She looks the other direction when the cameras come out.
She turns away. Even when we get her through the front windshield, it doesn't look good.
No.
It really looks like they've propped up somebody to sort of show her face, but show as little as possible.
So, blessings, prayers for Kate.
Prayers for Kate.
God knows what we're praying for. But prayers for Kate.
If she's really, I'll say one more thing. If she's really laid up and this recovery is going so poorly, it's going to make William look bad for business as usual, right? Shouldn't he be by her bedside?
Yes.
Wouldn't a caring husband if she
William's wife and dad are currently, going through it right now.
Fish to fry.
I agree. Okay, on to our next story. Andrew Tate. He's detained in Romania on sexual offenses. This is a different sort of allegation than last year when he went to jail for 3 months over what was it?
Just nasty allegations of, I think there were some sexual assault allegations.
Yeah, exploitation.
Nothing was actually prosecuted, and to the extent there were any people who are alleging this, they have to pursue civil litigation to redress their concerns. But here he's arrested. This is criminal again in Romania. They got an arrest warrant for sexual aggression and exploiting people in Great Britain between 2012 and 2015. Now, they've got their own set of laws. We don't have sort of exactly these types of offenses. It sounds kind of vague to me. Whatever sexual aggression and exploiting people are broad terms. We're a little bit more specific in the States, but they sound serious.
Absolutely. So yeah, he's detained as we speak, pending like a formal arrest over this stuff that happened in the UK.
You don't want to be arrested in Romania, man. That's like Eastern Europe. The legal system's very different. Your rights are different, and he's probably
in prison this morning on Tuesday morning. The Matrix is afraid, but I only fear God. Okay. My thing is that I think that, if they didn't have him the first time, they kind of let him go. And now they're trying to get him again. He's obviously a bad guy who's done bad stuff. But is there evidence there or not? This only propels him and
actually prosecute this guy. These do have a cost. When you take a shot at the king and then he slithers out and they say, we don't have enough here to prosecute, it emboldens him. This is a little bit kind of the Trump phenomenon. He's winning some of these, battles with the Supreme Court who said, you can't kick him off the ballot. That only emboldens him and says, this is a witch hunt. Look, even 9 Supreme Court justices say something similar is happening. You better have the goods before you arrest me and parade me around, because he has a huge platform. He tweets about it constantly. And I think it will weigh in his favor if they come at him again and fail.
Yeah. And then he just gets support from other sort of celebrities who are sort of like very libertarian and very sort of like the government should have no place in our lives sort of thing.
All that said, I don't think he's a good guy, but you do have to commit offenses to be criminally prosecuted.
Well, with evidence as well,
That's right. We don't just like lock up bad dudes, We lock up people who commit bad acts. That's the whole system of justice that we have, at least in America, and to a lesser extent across Andrew Tate's until I can see further evidence.
Correct. Okay, on to our next one. Cardi B came out at the Madonna show, the final Madonna show. She was here in Inglewood, in California. And so she came out and they did like sexy dances together, both dressed in very provocative.
Well, they were like sitting on chairs and having lap dancers come up and then rate them, right?
Yeah. I think the chop means that this person's gone. Like,
yeah,
you
get
didn't
out of
leave.
here. You didn't do a good enough booty dancing.
Yes, and now they've got, she's handing the award to the sexiest. Donna got back.
Well, this is what's interesting. So I see this as a true changing of the guard, passing of the torch, whatever sort of cliche you want to throw in there, because Madonna was the ultimate, like, I like to do it in the butt. You know, that was like,
Wow,
what,
really?
like a virgin.
Is that what it's about?
The theory was, it feels like a virgin, that.
Really?
That was the theory. I don't know if that's true, apocryphal or not.
Wow.
That was the image that Madonna presented. Now, Cardi B is that raunchy superstar now.
Yeah.
She does songs like WAP. She did, what was the follow-up to WAP, even grosser?
Yeah.
It was
I can
something.
see her twerking now.
You know
but
what
I
I'm
can't-
saying?
Yeah.
With Megan Thee Stallion, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's the new Madonna, and that is what I loved watching this, because they both have the platinum blonde hair. She's clearly paying homage to Madonna in this moment, and they're wearing very similar outfits, and it's time. We need a new Madonna, because she was so important to the music landscape. Who else could do it but Cardi?
She needed a story, Madonna, to change the narrative from her pointing at a wheelchair person saying, stand up,
That was
in
a
the
rough
crowd the
moment.
other day.
She
She said sorry. She didn't realize that it was in the wheelchair. But also, you know who...
Totally inadvertent, but man, that was not a great moment.
You know who else was there last night? Fergie, Alessandra Ambrosio, Usher, Paris Jackson, Seth Rogen, Joe Coy, Babyface, Billy Idol, and Ellen DeGeneres.
This is a reminder. Everyone kisses the ring of Madonna. You young whippersnappers, you're not that young, but like, she was everything. I
Yeah.
mean, I know Taylor Swift is the biggest star we've ever seen, maybe in our lifetimes, but Madonna's right up there with her.
Before my time, I don't really get it. Okay, almost news time. Mr. Lover, Shaggy, had voice. Let's play some of a clip where Shaggy's talking.
Because in the Marines, the drill instructors would go, "Hey, boy, drop and give it 20. Let's go, boy." And I would mock him as a form of joking, because it motivated, your platoon. I just sang that song in that voice because, it sounded cool. And all of a sudden, "Oh Carolina" blew up, and now I'm faced with a situation that I'm going to have to sing every song like that.
He painted himself into a corner. I think this is incredible,
It's
because I
hilarious.
only associate Shaggy with the voice of the drill instructor. I never hear him on a white couch sort of calmly discussing
Yeah.
the origins of his voice work, but it makes sense. I mean, that persona, I can't imagine someone talking to me. I guess it's kind of like Little John, right? Like Little John, yeah, but if you see him in person, he's like probably like a nice guy.
But it's different because this was Shaggy, like in interviews, he was giving the accent. And on his songs, it's like he did a little sort of white lie to get a hit. And then people loved it so much he had to stick to it. Is this some of his song
We
here?
need a little bite of this.
Let's play his song.
Oh, Carolina is a girl. She dead on top of the world, but now she rock her body.
It worked for him, man.
It's distinct. Look, I hear his rocked.
So he was born in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but he moved to New York at 18. So I think you keep a lot of, as you can hear there, you keep a lot of your accent, but you also lose a lot of it too. But so his song was like, he was like Jamaican, born and bred, and like stayed there forever.
And I thought it was an amazing creation, because when you think of Jamaican, and I think most people smoking weed or whatever, when he put the aggression into it, because it's a drill instructor who's barking orders, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
different. Like, it's not the same old like reggae sound. You're like, I like that. I like that.
If you could like adopt one, if you could like make people forget that you have an American accent and re-enter society with a different accent and you have to stick to it, what voice would you try to take on?
Without any doubt, your voice.
Really?
Your voice. I would want an Australian voice. I think it's the coolest. Whenever you walk into a room, you're the guy everyone wants to talk to. You
Wow.
have like an effortless charm. I think British is too proper for me.
Yeah.
You can really just cut loose, and I always wanted to have a big knife.
Let's hear it then. Let's hear it.
Oi, crikey.
That's it?
That's a knife. Is this a knife? Oh, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh, no. I like the knife.
Not too bad,
I like the knife. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
And I like the R's you do, like, or nur.
No, no,
Do you say nur?
no.
Quarterback.
Hot damn, that quarterback from Notre Dame can really toss the pigskin. And that's the end of the episode, everyone. Derek, thanks for joining me.
Nur problem.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.
See ya.
So long.